guest here this morning, and she is a delightful lady. We've just been having the opportunity to get to know each other. I would like to welcome Rena Hajat Carroll to the studio. She is the Executive Director of Diversity Awareness Partnership, and they have a diverse-city art competition, which we're going to talk about. But what a timely thing to be talking about here today, about diversity. Good morning, Rena.
Good morning, Kathy. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it is a delight to have you here. And we've just had the opportunity to get to know each other just a little bit here. And this is really a timely conversation, isn't it?
Absolutely. Our city needs a lot of diversity and inclusion right about now.
It really does. And I think all of our hearts have been aching over this whole situation with Ferguson, and this is what a wonderful way to address this. This was not, of course, intended to address this specific situation when you came up with the art competition. Nevertheless, what a marvelous opportunity for our kids. Tell us about this initiative.
Sure. So the Diverse City Art Competition is an opportunity for students K through 12 to show us what they think diversity means in their city, in their neighborhoods. And we're so excited to have been doing this for a number of years because students love the opportunity to get involved and showcase their artwork, their creativity, and we love showing the rest of the community what they can do.
And it seems to me that this is your 17th year of doing this, yes?
It is. It actually started with an organization called the Multicultural Task Force Commission, and they had been doing it for years, and we were lucky enough to merge or to adopt them a couple years ago, and so the program is now under the Diversity Awareness Partnership.
And a perfect wing for it to be under.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, the guidelines on this are the children from K through 12 are involved in this project. And this is not just within the schools, but this can be for homeschoolers?
Absolutely. Any student K through 12.
All right. And it's age banded. And I think I've got the specifics here. The kindergarten through second grade, then third through fifth grade, then sixth through eighth, and then ninth through 12th?
Yes, and they all have an opportunity to win either first, second, or third place. And those prizes are gift cards, Visa gift cards, and then a really, really great partnership that we have with COCA, with Craft Alliance, a number of the arts organizations in town that offer free art classes. So they get the really fun monetary award, but then they get an opportunity to engage with arts organizations and to really hone their art skills, because some of these students are just amazing, and you would look at a fifth grader's work and say that has to be an adult because it is just spectacular.
My goodness. Now, I also understand that the winners have the opportunity to be showcased?
Yes, and so all the winners' artwork is going to be showcased this year at COCA in the month of May, and it's open to the public and open to the community to come and look at the artwork and just encourage our young people to pursue arts if that's what they want to do.
And what a wonderful thing for them, and the arts is something. The arts are universal.
They are.
And maybe that's the genius of this, too, because that universality, if we know and we appreciate and we hold that creative thing or appreciation from someone else, or we even just start creating ourselves, we begin to say, oh, I see this in you and I appreciate that. And we can't fight nearly as much.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, there is also going to be, at the Regional Arts Commission, there's going to be a reception about this, too? No? Oh,
we were
changed?
able to do that last year. Yes, and so we were able to work with the Regional Arts Commission and in 2014 to do our showcasing of all the winners, and so they have been a wonderful partner, and we're excited to work with them.
They do wonderful work, and so this year COCA is a little bit more actively involved in
Correct.
the picture. Okay, so that's good for the people who have attended this before. They know that there's a little bit of a change there.
Yes.
Now, how are these things judged? Tell us about that.
So we have a great program called DAP Connect with the Diversity Awareness Partnership. And this is a wonderful program that allows people who may not have diverse social or professional networks to come together. And it's a membership-based program. You pay a small donation, $25, $50, or $100, whatever you can do, and you become part of this network. And this network also allows you to go to 4 to 5 free events that we organize, a Cardinals game, a breakfast event, a lunch and learn, and we pick our judges from our DAP Connect members. And so if you become a member, you get, you have the opportunity to be selected to be a judge, and the judges just absolutely love this project, and they sit for an evening. We provide them dinner. They get to look over 150 pieces of art. They have to really whittle it down to just a few, and usually it takes about 2 meetings, and then we pick the top 3 winners in each of those categories you had mentioned.
You know, it is so difficult to do that kind of thing. I've served as a judge in various things like this, and it does take time and thought, because, and that's a good thing too, that this is age banded, because there again, there's no way that you could do it in just one lump sum from K through 12.
Yeah.
But it is very difficult, because you see maybe not the technical mastery, but you see this creative genius in something, you know?
Yeah, and the art tells so many stories of what these young people are being exposed to and experiencing, which in many cases is different than what some of our past generations have experienced. So you have artwork that shows very biracial and interfaith families, right? And so you've got these visual descriptions and depictions of these families and experiences that are changing for our young people. And so that is just exciting.
That is exciting. There's another aspect of this too, which, as you were telling me about that, you know, and the different families and all that, which is these students are, for maybe the very first time ever, having their pictures validated, shall we say, by being part of a gallery display, which I would think gives them a certain amount of validation and of pride in this, and perhaps even gives them the opportunity to bring their family and friends to see this too.
They do, and so we have parents and sisters and siblings, grandparents that have come to this, and they, I think, to be totally honest, are more excited than the kids, because they get to see their kids' artwork up on the wall, and all of these people are walking around looking at them and complimenting these young people. So it's really just a remarkable event that brings our community together.
It reminds me of the Meredith Willson thing in the Music Man. That's my Johnny. But what the kids are saying is so worthwhile.
It is. I have a wonderful piece actually from one of the students in my home. It is in my daughter's room. It is a picture of 6 little kids with their backs turned to us looking at the sun setting. And every kid is a different race or ethnicity. And all you can see is the back of their hair, their back, their bodies. And it is just beautiful. I believe it was drawn with crayons by a 3rd or 4th grader. And it's just fascinating.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you had any special things that stood out in your mind. Have there been any special stories you would like to share with us about maybe how a bridge has been built or a barrier knocked down? Tell us about this.
Yeah, and so some of the artwork we actually sell in our Diversity Dinner, which is an annual fundraising event that we do every year. And so we allow the community to buy the art, and then the proceeds from that obviously go into the Diversity Awareness Partnerships programming. And we've had a number of people purchase this art and put it up in their buildings and in their employee public spaces, and have then generated conversation around the artwork. And so we've got one piece that has different religious symbols. And it was, again, done by, I think, a 6th or 7th grader. And that has generated an ignited conversation about what are these different symbols? What are the religions? What does it stand for? And that is such a valuable conversation, because as our community rebuilds and moves forward and becomes stronger, we have to understand that part of this is about listening and learning from other people and other experiences. And so if art can be that igniter, then I think we have solved one of the biggest problems that our region faces.
Absolutely. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough there. That just a little tickle happened. That is absolutely true. If you would tell us, excuse me, I've got to take a sip of something.
No problem at all.
You always hope that doesn't happen on the air, but every now and then it does. Pardon me, audience. So now the competition, once again, is open. Students from K through 12, homeschoolers can be involved in this. Do the schools themselves, like the public schools or the parochial and private schools, do they submit these as schools, or is this an individual thing? How does this happen?
It happens both ways. So we have teachers, sometimes art teachers or other teachers that will encourage their entire class to participate. So we may have one classroom full of 25 pieces from one school that will come in, and others bring in their artwork individually. So we'll have parents that will come after work and drop off their child's artwork.
Nice.
So we're open to any way that works. And even if schools just can't make it to our office, we're located right downtown in the old post office. If they can't make it, we're happy to help and pick it up for schools.
That is, how convenient can you make this? That's great. And now let's see, we have certain guidelines. We need to get this in by what is the date here?
It's March 13th.
March 13th.
Of 2015, so we have some time.
Got a little time, but that sort of gives the opportunity for students to get, ruminating on this and chewing on it and internalizing it and playing with it.
Yeah, and again, the awards are actually really pretty awesome. They get a $100 gift card for first place, $75 for second, $50 for third, and then, again, on top of that, depending on if they're first, second, or third, they get the COCA and Craft Alliance and Art Museum and different benefits.
And is Magic House still involved in that?
They are in Magic House.
Passes for Magic House?
They do, yep. And so we just love our partners, and we love everyone that makes this program possible.
That's tremendous. And there are winners in each of the 4 divisions. Do you ever choose an overall significant one? Or
we haven't. That's an interesting idea. That's something certainly to think about, but we've not done that in the past.
Not in the past. That's very interesting. Well, if you're interested about this, or you know a young artist who's just bursting with ideas and beauty of spirit, then you can go to DAPSTL, which stands for Diversity Awareness Program, correct?
Partnership. Mm-hmm.
Diversity Awareness Partnership.org, DAP or DAP, STL.org, and this is the Diversity Art Competition. And once you get to the DAP site, you'll see it. Mm-hmm. And you could also, if you wanted to discuss this further with someone, call 314-246-3145. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right.
All right. Well, I know that you have a very busy day in front of you. And Rena, this has been such a delight to talk to you about this. And what a great, positive, teachable moment we have here with our students, particularly with what's going on in Ferguson. I think this has brought this immediately into everyone's frontal lobe.
Yeah. Kathy, and thank you so much for having us, just to be able to help the community understand ways to get involved and to really increase the listening, talking, and learning that we think is so critical right now. And if we can do that through art and through young people, we want to be able to do it in as many different ways as we can.
Absolutely. Again, my guest today, Rena Hajat Carroll. She's the Executive Director of Diversity Awareness Partnership. And it has been a delight to have you here. I'm going to give them that website one more time. DAP, which is Diversity Awareness Partnership, DAPSTL.org. And the number again is 314-246-3145. Rena, thank you.
Thank you.
And brava to you and all with whom you work, and allowing these students to express what's so beautifully in their hearts. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought, what could we put on, after diversity awareness? And I decided a little scherzo. Scherzo, by the way, is Italian for a joke. Okay? A little joke, a little humor. This is the Fantastic Scherzo by Suk with the Czech Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Sir Charles Mackerras.